Hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and welcome to another episode of the Royal Rogue. And today we have the official lineup for the royals that are going to be at the balcony on Coronation Day. And yes, this is the confirmed list by Buckingham Palace. We also have an urgent podcast with Prince William, where he was talking about homelessness, and he said this.
These stories are so powerful and so inspirational. We should be hearing more of them. We should be seeing more of them. We should be encouraged that there are wonderful people out there and organizations like Groundswell doing incredible work to help and elevate and put people back on the path that they need, because many of them can help themselves, like you both said, but they just need a couple of leg ups and a couple of pointers and a couple of steerage just to kind of help them on their way.
I would talk about these remarks because they contain a great insight about what is called learned helplessness, how it has poisoned our world, and what can we do about it. But first, we have Megyn Kelly trashing Meghan like she means it.
1 hour per week. I said 1 hour per day. No, it's 1 hour per week that they work on their little Archwealth charitable foundation that they needed to leave the royal family to be able to pursue. You don't have to be a royal to be charitable, to serve the public.
You know that Megyn never pulls any punches, but lately I've seen her much more comfortable and plain enjoying the way she talks about the Montecito morons.
Well, if you are a royal, you have to do more than 1 hour a week. Maybe that's why she was so distraught. My God, remember she said the Australia tour, it was so difficult because this is what she's used to working.
Well, it's like Elon Musk, who said that nobody ever changed the world on 40 hours a week. So Harry and Meghan just went into the opposite direction.
1 hour a week, Paul. Together, the two of them 1 hour. It was like a half an hour for her, half an hour for him. I think it went like this. This is Meghan Markle's working on herself. Nailed it again. I'm good. Photo shoot? Okay. Cheers.
So let's get down to it. Only working royals allowed on balcony for King Charles' coronation line up in full. His Majesty's decision to appear in the historic moment with just his closest and most loyal family members will show his vision of a slimmed-down monarchy, royal sources said. Detailed plans seen by the Mirror reveal how the king has chosen to say thanks for the nation alongside a select few royals who have dedicated their lives to public service, while also showing the heartbeat and future of his family. So I thought the Gold State coach was not gonna make an appearance this time, but according to the Mirror, Charles and Camilla will travel from Westminster Abbey in full bling back to Buckingham Palace, join in procession with the chosen group. Future King and Queen, the Prince and Princess of Wales, will appear with George, Charlotte, and Louis, of course. The final group of 15 shows there's no place for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, should they even decide to attend the coronation. Reactions did not wait, such as Countess Commonwealth's tweet, a news that doesn't shock anybody who heard the King's speech last year wishing Harold well overseas. He has no official royal, nor will he or his wife appear on the balcony. So do all the ugly comments and threats directed at the king now get retracted? And pay attention to Harry's grey suit. It was always going to be just working royals on the balcony. It was Harry and Meghan's PR campaign making it into an issue because they wanted to be on the balcony for their Netflix show. Expect more Harkle's PR drama in the next few weeks. I bet it's very loud at Casa de Montecito tonight. And you know that my mind works in mysterious ways. I saw those words, Casa de Montecito, and I immediately had the best idea for a product. And some of you don't like me giving Harry and Meghan ideas, but don't worry, they don't work more than 1 hour a week, so here it goes with my best Ricardo Montalban voice. Introducing Casa de Montecito Tequila, the drink that takes hypocrisy to a whole new level. Crafted by the charming couple who escaped the clutches of royal life for the humble abode of Santa Barbara. Perfect for those jot days when you want to toast to your newfound freedom and taste the irony of privilege. Sip on the rich flavors of their self-victimization, distilled into every drop of this peace-flavored spirit. You'll be delighted to know that Casa de Montecito has won numerous prestigious awards, handpicked by our beloved couple themselves, who needs authenticity when you can buy yourself a seal of approval. So go ahead, indulge in the taste of Casa de Montecito tequila. Cheers to escaping unconscious bias, one lawsuit at a time. But well, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have still not responded to an official invitation by the King, though rumors of their demands to be included on the balcony are said to be way off the mark, according to palace insiders. At the same time, Prince Andrew, who was forced to step back from royal life last year, will also be banished from appearing at the monarch's side during his big moment, and I think it's much better this way. Charles' trusted lieutenant and beloved sister, Princess Anne, will be by the King's side with her husband, Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence. The new Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, Prince Edward and Sophie, who spent so much time with the late Queen in the final years of her life, will also be present. The King also insisted on some of his mother's most trusted family members to be included, and that is the case of the Duke of Kent, who will also attend alongside his sister, Princess Alexandra. Sources say their attendance on the balcony will be confirmed on the day due to some health concerns. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester have also been asked by the King to join him and Camilla. According to the Mirror, the balcony moment will be the King's final presentation of a slimmed-down monarchy, which of course will be even further slimmed down once the Gloucesters, the Duke of Kent and Princess Alexandra finally step away from public life and into their well-earned retirements. It is a final thank you for them and a nod to their support of his mother during her 70-year reign. I think this is the best way to set the record straight of all the headlines, all the gossip, and all that the Montecito duo has tried to spin with their disinformation machinery, so royalists and the general public can breathe a sigh of relief. Anyway, J.E. May asks a very good question regarding the possibility that Harry and Meghan decide to go. Will they try to pull the same Jubilee trick of showing up too late at the gathering point for the cousins' bus and demand a personal vehicle to make a grand entrance? Place your bets. And in fact, the Mirror is running a poll. Should Harry and Meghan appear on the balcony at the coronation? And a whopping and absolutely not unexpected 91% says that no, they have no place there. And 8% says that yes, because they are members of the royal family. Well, I guess that everybody has the right to have an opinion. But what I found odd is that 1% that said other. What do you think that means? I would love to read your opinions in the comments. And now Harry has ended relationship with Firm as Duke knew what he was doing. With revelations, the Duke of Sussex has a completely different life in the US, and his recent appearance in London proved that there is no possibility of him coming back to Britain, according to a royal author. Despite talks of a possible reconciliation, according to this man, to a royal author, the prince has ended any relationship he had with his family, as he knew exactly what he was doing when launching his attacks, namely in his tell-all memoir, Spare. Alexander Lorman, who authored the recent book The Windsors at War, was a guest on last week's episode of the Royally Us podcast. He told hosts Christine Ross and Christina Garibaldi he can't see in the current situation how Harry is going to have any sort of relationship with certain members of the royal family. He's got a new life now. It's a completely different life, he said. There's no possibility that he's going to come back to Britain and lead any sort of normal life. He can't come back. I mean, the fact that while we're speaking, he's in Britain and the High Court, but none of his family is seeing him, and that's quite telling. Apparently, he tried to see King Charles, but the monarch said he was too busy. Meanwhile, Prince William keeps working and making a difference. Prince William releases a Spotify podcast promoting incredible work of homeless charity. Prince William is known for his determination to raise awareness of the homeless, just like his late mother, Princess Diana. In the episode, William speaks about how grateful he is to have been exposed to the issue of homelessness from a young age. The late Princess Diana was known for exposing both William and Prince Harry to situations such as homelessness to ground her sons and instill a lifelong passion for charitable work. It seems that it did not work for one of them. William claims the exposure allowed him to hear directly from people experiencing homelessness. He highlights that he hopes it allows more people experiencing homelessness to have a platform to be heard, and that listeners will allow this to happen and understand the issue to a deeper level. And this is why his point shared with the members of Groundswell is that many homeless people could help themselves, that most of them are in real need of a leg up, something to help them help themselves at the same time. And that's why the concept of learned helplessness and how to tackle it in the modern world is so important, because it doesn't just affect homeless people. Learned helplessness is a term that describes a situation where an individual becomes convinced that they are powerless to change their circumstances, even when opportunities for change are presented to them. This phenomenon has become increasingly prevalent in our society and has had a particularly devastating impact on the homeless population. Because homelessness is a complex issue that is not solely driven by economic factors. While it is certainly true that poverty and unemployment can contribute to homelessness, there are often underlying psychological issues that are equally responsible. Many homeless individuals have experienced trauma or abuse in their past, which can leave them feeling powerless and unable to take control of their lives. Unfortunately, society often reinforces this sense of learned helplessness. Homeless individuals are frequently ignored, judged, or even actively ostracized by those around them. This can make it difficult for them to access the resources they need to rebuild their lives and can reinforce the belief that they are incapable of doing so. So how do we address this issue? The first step is to acknowledge that learned helplessness is a real and pervasive problem, and to treat homeless individuals with empathy and respect. This means recognizing that they are not just economic problems to be solved, but human beings with complex emotional needs. Of course, economic incentives are also important, and programs that provide housing and financial support are critical for helping homeless individuals get back on their feet. But these programs alone are not enough. One effective approach is to provide homeless individuals with mental tools to combat their learned helplessness. This might involve therapy or counseling to address past trauma, as well as programs that teach practical skills like job training and financial management. By giving individuals the tools they need to take control of their lives, we can help break the cycle of learned helplessness and give them a sense of agency and purpose. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I am the Royal Rogue, and if you want to support my channel, all you have to do is subscribe. That's all you need to do to help me keep making these videos. And if you have already subscribed, just share my videos with your friends. Remember the two most important words: much love and bliss.